Welcome to Your World Within Daily. I'm Eddie Pinero, and in this episode we're going to talk about focus, and I'm going to draw some parallels to filmmaking and explain that you only see what you focus on. So one of the first things you learn as a filmmaker, or even a YouTuber, someone with a DSLR, a mirrorless, and you want that cinematic look, right? The Hollywood feel where there's a sharp focus and the background's kind of blurred out. That's what we associate with good cinematography. That background blur the audience knows right to look at. And so when there's two people talking, it'll zoom in on someone, it'll focus on someone's face, and the other person will be blurred out, and we'll know, okay, focus on that person. And then it'll switch, and our attention will immediately go to the other person. Everything else on the screen will kind of have that blur look. And we don't even realize it's happening a lot of the time. But that's how, we decide to allocate our attention, right? And I learned not too long ago that it resembles the human eye, and how when we look at something, it's sharp and it's clear, but everything in our peripherals is essentially blurred out, right? We can see clearly the one thing we're paying attention to. And I think in a lot of ways, this is reflective of life beyond that. The idea that we can only see the thing that we are focused on, even when other things are around us that are just blurred out. They're in the peripheries, right? I talked a while ago about that time a run I'd done, an 8-mile run I'd done so many times. But one time recently, like within the past month, I got injured and I walked back. And the things I saw, beautiful modern homes that I'd ran by millions of times that I never noticed. And I just thought, wow, that's amazing, right? Because I'd never focused on them. There are a lot of things in life that we don't focus on, and that's okay, right? It would be overwhelmed if we focused on everything. But are you focusing on the right things? Right? That's the question. A lot of us want to improve our financial situation, but we don't focus on it. Right? It's in the blurry peripheral. A lot of us want to focus on our health and our fitness, but we don't focus on that. A lot of us want to improve our relationships, but we don't focus on the relationship. And in life, there is no clarity and certainly no improvement if we're not focusing on that thing, right? So this is a short reminder to really spend some time thinking about that. What is front and center in your camera? Because if the things that you'd like to change, or there's things that matter that are living on the peripheries, you want to pull them in. You want to make sure they are in focus. Otherwise, they will never be improved. And that's not what we want, right? We want to make sure that we're changing the things that are important to us, and we're certainly capable of doing that. So here's to focusing on what matters. Have an amazing weekend, guys. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe, rate, review. Helps me get it out to the world, and I am grateful for that. So thank you, and have a good day. Talk to you tomorrow or Monday.